Okay, I forgot one last step on exporting videos for Instagram. So, and this file is just the same as the end of that part 2 video. I've just tidied up the audio a little bit, so moved everything back onto one track. Nothing else has changed. When exporting videos for Instagram, it allows the playback of rectangular format videos, fine, but when it thumbnails the video on my profile or a feed or on a timeline, it forces a square thumbnail, so it chops the edges off. And what that does is it means that the other thumbnails are right up against the side of this, and right above it and below it, and there's no space around this thumbnail. It's annoying. Also, the media was created rectangular, so to chop the edges off kind of feels cramped. I don't like it. So the way to get around it is to change the settings of this sequence that we're working on here, this video, to square format, so that when we upload this video to Instagram, it thinks the video is square. And when we change the format of this to square, it leaves us with these this blank space here, which forces other posts kind of away from this video and gives it extra space. Also, Instagram, thinks that this video is square, so when it tries to thumbnail it, well, when it does thumbnail it, there's nothing left to crop. And I'll show you what I mean real quick. So, to change the settings to square, we go sequence settings, and this window, do you remember right at the beginning when we chose our sequence settings and we just chose whatever it gave us, we chose the default, and then we dragged some clips in, and then it gave us that error message and said, oh, the sequence settings are different to your media settings, and then we changed the sequence settings to fit our media settings. The long way around to do it is to come here and change your sequence settings manually, just for future reference. But for this purpose, what we're going to do is we're going to go to video, and we're going to change the frame size. So at the moment it's 1920 by 1080. And we need to make it square. So if we make it 1080 by 1080, it's going to make it smaller. It's going to do just what Instagram's doing and chop the edges off this thing. So what we have to do is make it 1920 by 1920. Add some space. Alright, so it's given us a 1:1 ratio, which is square, of course. The pixels are square, that's good. Progressive, obviously. 24 frames per second, which is what we have. In the video, this is just for video previews. It's telling us it's going to preview it. It's going to the previews that it will show us will be at 1080 by 1080, but that doesn't make any difference, so that's fine. As long as the output is 1920 by 1920, and then we hit OK. And this is just telling us that it's going to erase all previous preview files, and that is totally fine. And there you go. It's giving us a square window with a black background, nothing cropped, but instead space added, which I like. What I don't like is that the space that's added is black. I want it to be white so that it is indistinguishable, indistinguishable from the Instagram background. So it just looks like this is, has more space around it, rather than this black is part of it. I'd like these bars to look like they're part of Instagram rather than part of the video. So to change them white, we're going to use a color matte, and a color matte is just a clip or a frame that has one solid color on it, and you can drag it any length. It doesn't move. There's no animation to it. It's just solid color. And these black bars are not actually black. That's the absence of color. So this is transparent. Nothing there. So we're going to use our layers or our tracks to our advantage here, and we're going to put a color matte underneath these clips so that the color underneath will show. To do that, we've got to drag. We're going to take all our video tracks, we're going to drag them up to track 2, so we've got space to put something underneath. And we're going to go File, New, Color Matte. Oh wait, let me show you that again. File, New, Color Matte is here, but also here's all of these items here are like superimposition elements. So this one is captions. I don't know what that does. This one is, those old color bars that you used to get for testing on old TVs. That's that. A piece of just black color matte, black video. Our color matte. A piece of just transparent video. Captions is really useful, of course. We know what captions are, and all of these items can go underneath or above pieces of video for, for extra. Well, you can understand what captions do, and now you know what color matte does, so you can kind of see what these do. They're for superimposition of color or information. So color matte, that's telling us that it's giving us a color matte that is 1920 pixels by 1920 pixels, which is what we want. That's our sequence settings, so that's great. It's going to fill the screen. That's what it's saying. So we hit OK, and then it allows us to choose the color we want. I mean, you can have anything, but for this purpose we want white as white can be, which is, there's that 6 Fs. That's how you know it's white. And then we hit OK. Choose a name. Color matte is fine, and then it dumps it into this project bin for us. At which point we can drag it onto video track 1 beneath. And there you go. And then if we click our playhead over it, hopefully our video, our edges go white. Yeah, that's what we want. So drag it out to the entirety of the clip, and that's it. That is it. Now when we upload that to Instagram, it forces a good thumbnail, and it won't crop anything. There you go. Save the thing and re-export at the same settings as before. This is fine. Alright, so wait, I'm sorry. We need to put this playhead where we want the end of our export again. So let's try again. Export media. Drag the end of our export back to where we put that marker. That's it there. Let's go a little bit further so I can show you. Oh, it's going to just show it blank. Okay, so here it's showing that it has black bars at the edge, right? that's fine. These black bar, that's just the window of it, that's just the preview window with our video inside it. It doesn't matter that our video isn't filling that preview window. I'll show you. So there you go, end that there. Then we go H.264, good, that means MP4. Then we'll go mobile device, 1080p HD, sequenced, we'll name it something, so this time we'll name it social media test mobile, I don't know, square. There you go. And aha, here we need this to be 1920 also. All right. Ah, interesting. Wait. Oh, okay. Ah, all right. So that's a crucial step, actually, I think. Yeah, I think we have to make both of these 1080. Well, let's try. What was that 1920 before? Was it that way around? All right, let's try exporting this real quick with it 1920 by 1080, but I have a feeling actually I was wrong. I have a feeling that it does need to fill this window right here. Let's try export. We'll go find it, desktop, social media test square. All right, social media test square is not square. Okay, so back to our file, have our playhead where we want it. We need to go file, we need to go export, we need to go that's good. Okay. Okay, that's what we do. So we go match source, and that's telling the export to match the settings of our sequence. If we use these presets for this, it's trying to again force us back into a rectangular video. So this is going to match source, and it's going to allow 1920 by 1920, which is what I want. I can turn off the audio because we don't need audio for this. We'll drag the end of the playhead back to our marker. And then I think that's it. So let's just check it. 24 frames per second, correct. Progressive, correct. That's great. That'll do it. That's all really we need to do. Let me hit export. Oh, wait. Let's just rename it. Let's name it. Let's just go straight over the top of that. And it'll say replace. Yes, replace. Export. Yes, replace. And I think, I have a feeling this will be a large file though, that's the problem. Because it won't compress it quite as hard as that mobile preset. So let's check. Social media test square, file size is 30 meg, which is alright. Yeah, it's fine, because if we compare it to the rectangular export we made for mobile, that's only 25 megabytes. And this is only 30, and you can expect a little bit extra because it's a larger dimension. So there it is. And then if we play that, see, it plays square at a good resolution, 1920 by 1920. I didn't want it 1080 by 1080. That's kind of too small, really. It's not too small, but it won't play it won't play high resolution if you ever needed to do that. On like if someone's, for example, if somebody's viewing Instagram on a computer screen, I quite like it to have a high resolution version. So there you go, done. Then you can upload that to Instagram. Nice one. Bye bye.